Hey there. So in this video, I'm going to help you save your relationship from doom. And I'm being actually kind of serious. I mean, I feel like this topic has, oh my gosh, it really has done some damage to a lot of my relationships. And I know this is something that damages a lot of relationships out there. So the topic of the video is how to stop reacting to create the relationship and the partner that you really want, to be with. So let's dive into this. So when I'm speaking about reacting, I'm talking about reacting to the things that we don't like. And we all know what this is like to come up against things in our partner that we don't like about them. It could be anything. It could be like, he's too noisy, or he doesn't ask me how my day was, or I don't feel cared for, or I feel emotionally abandoned, or whatever. It can be anything that you don't like that is showing up in your relationship. And often when things that we don't like show up in our relationships, what do? We have a reaction. We have a reaction to that thing. This can either be like an overt reaction, which that's kind of my style, which is like overtly getting upset at your partner. Or it can be an inner reaction, which is just like you collapse in on yourself, but you're still really hurt that your partner is treating you a particular way. So what is happening when you have a reaction is you are impressing your subconscious mind yet again to create the very same scenario yet again in your outer reality. In other words, when you react to something your partner is doing, you are recreating it again. That's a manifestation. That's a perfect manifestation. You have an emotional reaction. You can bet that that thing is going to happen again, because anything we impress on the subconscious mind will be manifested out there. So your reactions to things that you don't like in your partner are just keeping those things around in your relationship. And sometimes we can spiral so far into having so much reaction with our partner that it feels like we're just constantly in a state of battling them or being upset or being hurt. And this is awful. Anyone who's ever been there knows that this is really, really awful. So what do? How do you break this cycle? Well, the first thing you have to understand is that anything your partner is showing up with, whether you like it or don't like it, you have created that. You are in charge of how your partner shows up in your reality. They are not a separate being showing up in a particular way that is separate from you. They are a reflection of you. They are a reflection of your beliefs, your thoughts, who you think they are. That's how they're going to show up. So the first way to stop your reactions, this will really help, is to remind yourself, he's doing that because I created it. I created him to be that way. I'm the God of my reality. I'm in charge of what happens in my reality, including how people show up. He is showing up that way because I created that. That number one, that gives you the power back. And this is not, you're not just telling yourself this, but it's not true. That's actually true. Like, however your partner is showing up, you did create, whether you know it or not. So that's the first step. Remind yourself that however your partner is showing up, you created that. That's number one. Number two, you start a process called recreation. So recreation is deciding what you want it to be, what you want your partner to do instead. So let's say that the thing that happens that you don't like in your relationship is that your partner never asks you how your day is. So when you come home and you've had a full day, your partner doesn't ask you how your day is, and you feel really hurt by that. And sometimes you get pissed at him and you're like, I'm mad at you because you're not asking me how I am, and that really doesn't feel good. And sometimes you just feel it on the inside. You just feel like, oh my God, I feel ignored and this really sucks. So first thing you want to do is recognize, He's not asking me how my day is, but I created him to be that way. Something inside of me, and you don't have to go back into the past. I mean, you can if you want, but something inside of me, some sort of belief system, some sort of expectation said he's not going to pay attention to me, ask me how my day was. Okay, I created that. What do I want to create instead? This is this number 2. This is what you do. Recreation. What do I want to create instead? I want to create that when I come home, my partner drops everything he's doing and he comes to me and says, how are you, sweetie? How was your day? That's what you want to create. Okay, great. Now you know what you want to create. Now your job is to impress that new end result in your inner world, in your subconscious mind. How you do that is you create a new inner thought pattern. My man's going to ask me how my day was today. My man's going to ask me how my day was today. You visualize it. You can see yourself coming home at night, first person. He drops everything, comes to you, asks you how your day was. You start persisting in the new belief, the new assumption. My man is going to drop everything when I get home and come ask me how I am. If you persist in this new inner belief and you drop the old one, you drop that reaction, you drop that I'm going to be ignored, and you persist in the new assumption, my man is going to come and ask me how I am every day when I get home from work or wherever you're coming home from. This new reality will become the new reality out there. You have to create it within yourself first. There will be a time lag. It's probably not going to show up the first time you do it, or it might. It doesn't matter. I mean, it can. Like, it doesn't have to be that there's a time lag. But the point is, you keep persisting in what you want to have happen. And as you persist in this new reality, it will eventually become the outer reality, because out there is simply a reflection of you. So the moral of this story and this video is stop reacting to things you don't like in your outer world. Realize that you created those things. Whatever it is, you created it, and you can create something new starting right now. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you'd like to work one-on-one, I have coaching slots available and I would love to work with you. There is a link below. And yeah, like the video, share it, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for being here with me. Bye-bye.